Greetings everyone, Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell, and welcome to the latest update for Project Dramond, which is steamrolling ahead. Last night was a late night. My brother and I, along with Chris, we did an update last night for everybody, and then my brother and I stayed up for about 3 hours and did some testing for Rule 20, making sure that we're getting everything we need set up. I still got a lot of prep before next Wednesday's session, but things are looking good. And we were just testing functionality and stuff because if I'm not mistaken, everybody who is joining us for play testing, and I think we have 6 people as of right now. All of those people are new to Roll20, and Joey and I haven't used Roll20 since like 2015 or 16. So there's been a lot of improvements, and just we're not going to be using the full functionality of the platform because we're obviously just play testing a custom 5th edition compatible set, but we don't have all of the compendium books and everything purchased through Roll20, so we're just using it as a virtual tabletop setting. There's also virtual tabletop foundry these days, which we looked into, but we're not familiar with it enough to want to use it yet. So anyway, I digress. Today's update is the 5th update to the novel outline for the book series, which I'm not going to dive into everything today because obviously that's what the post below is for the subscribers. But the one thing I wanted to talk about is the evolving nature of outlines sometimes. When I originally wrote the first version of the outline, which everybody can, those of you who are subscribers, it's the first novel update on the Patreon page. There's been 4 outline updates. This is the 5th one, and in that first one, we laid out the prologue and the first, I think, 3 or 4 chapters. And when I originally did the outline, it was before I had actually, several, like 2, 3 months before I actually started working on writing the serialized chapters. So a few things had changed. The big thing was that when I first set out, I had a very rough idea of what the prologue needed to dictate. And if you read that outline version, it was like, oh, we're going to do this, and then we're going to flash forward a week, and then we're going to show this, and then we're going to flash forward a week, and we're going to show this. And then when I dove in and actually started writing the characters, I was like, you know what? I don't like the way that works. I want to do this more traditionally. So instead of having a prologue, um, which it essentially is, but it's not. But I'm calling it right now. I'm just generally calling it the prologue, and I said I think during maybe Monday musings this week, I said I'm thinking that this is going to be 6 to 8 chapters, and I went ahead and just blocked out 10 as of this morning. And that's just based on some rough thinking about the way chapters are working and what I want to include now in this whole saga of what's happening in Parthana and really establishing the lore. I had a went to the park yesterday with Chris in the morning, had a brainstorming session, then had another brainstorming session with my brother last night, just kind of expanding on some ideas and just I want to flesh things out a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing with this. So today's update is partially about that, but also about a lot more in terms of, chapter length, why I went with this chapter length versus different, what I did in the Saga of Buscemi with like 6 to 7,000 word chapters, serialization of the chapters. There's a whole bunch of explanations beyond all that stuff if you want to dig in. Again, link is below. If you haven't already done so, make sure to pick up a subscription and support what we're doing with Project Dramond. We are very shortly. Yesterday was a big day. Just as a side note, associated with all this stuff, I did all of the proof of concepts alongside Chris yesterday for our main logos for the brand, and those she's doing some border proofs right now over the next few days. So it's all coming together, and very soon, in September, we're not going to do it in August because August we're just going to play test everything else, and then when we're actually ready to have the publishable version, when we've got the playtesting kind of roughly written in draft 1.0 for the campaign module and everything else, then we'll start to rebrand everything. And this will no longer say Project Dramond. It will be something else. So stay tuned for all that. And of course, if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get all the updates for future content that I do here on the channel. And of course, check out the other, I think, 80-ish videos that we've done here on the Project Dramond series since March 1st. And just get up to speed on things. Until next week, cheers, everybody.